you feel lonely because all men who want a great life feel lonely. If you want to build a village, if you want to build an app, you want to build a solution, you want to become the best of the best, it's lonely because most people aren't thinking like that. And it's very difficult to find others who want to live an excellent life. If you want to live an excellent life across multiple areas, you want to be physically great, you want to have a great business, you want to have a beautiful family, you want to have a great relationship with your wife and happy children, it's very, very difficult to find others who have those same values and are ready to do the work and commit to them. If it was easy, everyone would be doing it. People aren't living the way that they're living because they want to be living that way. They're living that way because they don't know how to live any other way. But you can stop feeling lonely and you can start feeling connected by getting yourself around others who have those values. Now, I couldn't find men like that. I left the world of professional rugby because I couldn't find many men within that scene who really had those values and wanted to level up in all areas. And to be honest, as the athletic coach, it wasn't my role to work with them on what I really wanted to work with them on, which was that they would have great lives, that they would think bigger about all aspects of their life and not just winning on the weekend or getting to that next big contract. So I left that scene to focus on building winning men across all of these areas. And now I have a group of men that I work with that are millionaires and multimillionaires, guys that are doing 8 figures plus. We have a small group of us that are focused on this vision. It's called the Quadrivium. And then I have Uncommon Success Pro, which is men who've decided to make a pro game in the way that you become a professional athlete. What if living a great life was something that you could be professional in? Now, this is for men who can commit at least a couple of hours a day to developing their athletic ability and their business and becoming smarter, learning other languages, being a great teacher. Not everybody is in a position where they can focus themselves for a couple of hours a day and are ready to decide and back themselves and back me. You don't really know me probably that well at the moment, but there are hundreds of men who are on this path as uncommon professionals. If you're listening to this and it sounds interesting and you'd love to one day be part of that quadrivium of multimillionaires who meet up around the world and have these values, it's one thing to have money, but it's another thing to have a great body and to have a happy family and children. And that's what I aspire to. And that's what I'm living the best way that I can. I'm doing pretty well objectively. If you aspire to that, then the pro game is a path towards that, but you have to pay money for that. What I've started for those who aren't yet ready to pay money because you don't trust me yet, or because you don't have the money, or because you don't really have the time, or you're not sure you even believe in yourself and your ability to ever become a top 1% man, to be the kind of man who could enter into the quadrivium. If that's you, I've got the Uncommon Essentials that I've just put together. This is what I would have loved to have had when I was 20 years old. It's the journey that I went through from 20 to 30 to become the kind of man who could be successful. And that's who I became during those years. It took me a lot longer than it should have and could have, but who I became through those years by learning things like juggling, like learning how to play the guitar, like learning languages, like learning about money, traveling the world. As you understand and do these things, take on these challenges, you will be the kind of man who could be an uncommon professional and hopefully eventually one day join the quadrivium. Worst case, you get to learn some new skills and you get to understand the philosophy of someone who's had the opportunity to coach professional athletes who've won world championships and you know, some of the best athletes of the modern era in their sports. I've had the opportunity to do that. I've built multiple businesses to $50,000 a month with no business background going into it. And I've also been able to achieve some physical feats that are quite rare. And I have a beautiful wife and I have 2 beautiful children and one more on the way. And my goal, my purpose is to find other men like me, to build other men to the position that I'm in and beyond. If you can start earlier and if you can build better, then you can go a lot further than me. I know that I'm not that special. I can learn things and I can study, but what I've seen objectively is that other pro players are able to learn things faster. They're able to complete things better. Ben Patrick's gone a lot further than I ever will in many areas. He's got 2 million followers. He's got a beautiful online business. When we started together, he wasn't really making any money. He didn't have an online business that was able to build a life around. And now he's changed the way athletes train. And that journey will continue. It's a beautiful thing. And Nico, who, when we first started, he just wanted to have a bigger vision of freedom athletically. And then he applied that and he built it into an app, and then he built it into a gym, and now he's built it into a village. And every step of those ways, when a big decision has come, we've connected, and I supported him to do what he wants. Now, these are brilliant men in their own right. You're a brilliant man in your own right. We all need these kinds of partnerships and support. That's the way greatness has always been fostered, and it still is amongst the elite. There are always these master-student mentorship type arrangements. Bill Gates asked Warren Buffett to be his mentor. That structure exists at the high level, but it's not something that the majority of people know about. It's not something that the majority do. And so that's why I built this structure. And it's very unique in the way that we play this uncommon pro game. It's not like business coaching. It's not like online coaching. It's fundamentally very different. You can learn more about it if you would like to. You will understand as you go through the essentials. This is a different frame. This is a different way of thinking about success. My father redefined the way that the game of rugby league is played. He brought different techniques. Those techniques were adopted across the league. He changed the way the whole sport is played. He was a consultant also for rugby union and other teams. My uncle has also coached the England national team and made a huge impact on the English game. My brother has now coached a champion team in the Queensland Cup, and he's coaching in the Super League at the moment in England. That has been my family's impact on that. And I was able to athletically coach a team that set a new standard, set an all-time record for 0 scorelines for other team, won the World Championship, did everything that could be done in the game of rugby league, and worked with the highest profile athlete in the game, Sonny Bill Williams, for multiple one-to-one camps, as well as team. And he can tell the story of what changed when we worked together. But I want to do what happened there in rugby league for men who feel a bit alone, feel a bit different, and want to have great lives. This Uncommon Essentials is a way that you can start, no money down. It's never going to cost you anything. And you will see how I'm thinking about success and how I've been able to consistently build world best results with men. If that's not what you're interested in, please click away, go and look somewhere else. I know this is not for everybody. This path is difficult, but it's a beautiful path if you're the kind of man who wants to walk it. So Uncommon Essentials is right here. Get into it.